What up? What up? Late payments can do major damage, but all is not lost. I was scrolling through one of my favorite groups on Facebook, and someone just had a late payment hit their account. Now, the late payment that hit their account was from August, and they wanted to know, all right, they got the late payment. Now, what happens if they pay off the loan and close out the loan? Will the late payment still keep them from getting funding, right? They wanted to go for funding in like January, February, and they're trying to figure out how this late payment from August is going to impact them. Long story short, long story short, that one late payment can still keep them from getting approved for any additional funding in February, even if they have high income and even if the rest of their profile is pretty strong, especially in a time like this during a recession. Banks don't like to see anything that looks uncertain to them. So things such as late payments, even if it's just one, if it's very recent, they're not going to like it. Now, sometimes, depending on your relationship with that exact lender, they might be able to make something work for you, especially you have a good relationship with the banking relationship manager. But you never want to get a late payment and then immediately go for funding. And they also didn't what they this person didn't realize is that that late payment is actually going to stay on there for 7 years. Now, depending on the bank, some banks are kind of pressed. Even if you have a late payment from 3 or 4 years ago, if you're new to their institution, Um, they may still deny you just because you have a super old late payment on your credit report, even if your credit score is still in the 700s. I've definitely seen it. Now, if you have a bank that's a little more forgiving and a bank where you've been with them for a while and you have a good steady cash flow coming through their leisure, they'll probably give you some grace. They'll probably give you some grace. But it's always best to just avoid it if you can. Now, in his particular situation, he said he thought he had auto pay on, but it turns out that the auto pay wasn't on. Now, if he asked me, he hasn't, but if he did, this is what I would say. If you had auto pay on, I would 1000% dispute that late payment directly with the creditor or the lender, letting them know, hey, I think there was an error in your system. I turned on auto pay. That loan was supposed to automatically be taken out. I was never late. Can you go ahead and reverse that late payment and take it off my credit? Because I got auto pay on. The whole purpose of me setting up auto pay with y'all is to avoid having any late payments. So that's 100% what I would do in that particular situation to get that late payment reversed. If you're currently dealing with late payments, if those late payments are keeping you from executing and getting the funding that you need, definitely just shoot me a DM with the word late so that you can get the link to my late payment removal 2-day challenge that's going to be coming up on January 5th. Um, Want to wish you guys a great evening. Y'all rest up, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.